Hello, thanks for clicking. I'm Mark. I'm happy to be making this video today because, you may remember that I did a video called the Participation Appreciation for the respondents of the 2026 Beatles Vinyl Tag that I started in January. And I introduced you to some of the people that responded to the tag, and it was a lot of fun, and I got to thank everybody and celebrate their channels. Well, there's been enough now that I feel like I could do a second video, and so that's what this is. There's been 5 more respondents, and I want to introduce you to somebody named Grasshopper from Grasshopper TV. He went above and beyond for this tag, and I want to give him a little special shout out and a little extra promotion at the end of this video. So let me go over the 5 people who responded, and I'm going to encourage you to visit each and every one of these people and to subscribe to their pages. The first one is Hannah from Hanmade, and what's interesting about hers is it's her first YouTube video ever, and it's just an honor that someone would be interested enough in the 2026 Beatles Vinyl Tag that it would inspire them to make their first video. And she's kind of shy, demure, just a lovely person. And let's check out a little bit of her video.
Welcome back to my channel. I say that because everybody says that, but I've never really done anything on YouTube before, so this is a first for me. I saw the Beatles Vinyl 2026 tag and I thought, let's see if I can do it. So it's a few questions about your Beatles collection, mainly about your vinyl collection, your record collection. So let's see how I get on.
And Hannah did a great job. Feel free to watch the whole thing. The next person is Tony from 2 from the Trunk, and a lot of you probably know Tony already. Just kind of a down-home, fun guy in the hacienda. He did an interesting take on the tag. He decided that he would just show the stuff he has for the Beatles. But what I love about Tony and the way he approached this is it inflamed a passion there, and you can tell when he's talking about this stuff, he's excited about it. And the tag is more for people to just talk about their collection and to show it off a little bit and just have a little fun with the Beatles. And that's exactly what Tony did. Let's take a little look at his video.
I almost wanted to do this like Vinyl Richie. Give you the, hey, Vinyl Richie here. I can't do this. He's better at it. But I'm here because, and you notice I'm not sitting down. I'm usually in my other place. But Mark Morris, I think a month ago, came up with a Beatle tag. And I wanted to do the Beatle tag. But I realized I don't have a ton of Beatles stuff. I just have a few things. So this is kind of a tag because I'll probably answer some of the questions as we go through them and, I don't know, talk about them a little bit.
The third person I'm going to highlight is Don from That Old Goat's Vinyl. His video was particularly funny to me because he starts off saying he doesn't have much Beatles stuff and he'll just go through what he has. He has a ton of Beatles stuff. He has an album that I guarantee you nobody else has by the Beatles. Please go check out his video because there's some great stories in there and he has a great way of presenting his Beatles stuff.
Okay, there's all kinds of tags going around right now. I'm not good at tags. I suck when it comes to tags. So a friend of mine out there did a Beatles tag last week. I watched his video. I'm like, okay, I'll do that tag. I'm interested now. I'm going to do that tag. However, I'm not good at tags. And I even told this guy, you know, I want to do this. And he goes, yeah. He likes to see what I've got in my collection. So today, I'm just going to show you what's in my collection, Beatle-wise, you know, Beatles, and, you know, John, Paul, George, Ringo. I'll show you what little stuff I have of each one of those guys. Yeah, this guy right here, he's got a Beatle tag. Go check that guy's site out. Join in on the tag.
Great video, Don, and some great stories. The next person who responded is Jack from Vinyl Martini. And everybody knows Jack. Everybody loves Jack. I have particular fondness for Jack. Back in my early days, a few years ago, Jack was one of the very first people to promote my page. I think I probably had 33 subscribers, and he sent people my way. And now I'm up to almost 45 subscribers, so I'm pretty excited about that. But Jack is just the genuinely good guy who has lots of great records. I'm a little envious of his record collection. Someday I'd like to meet Jack, maybe at one of the MGK's summer bashes. But let's take a look at some of Jack's video.
AVC Jack here. Welcome back to Vinyl Martini. Last week I did a Rolling Stones tag, so it's only fair that I do the Beatles tag this week. So there's fewer questions, but this tag was put together by a good friend of mine, Mark Morris. He's a big Beatles fan. Yeah, there's 10 questions. I am a big Beatles fan, but I've kind of moved away from them. I mean, I talked about the Rolling Stones last week. Saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show when I was 9 years old, and by the time I was 15, that's when they put out their last record. So they only lasted for 6 years. But in those 6 years, I was a huge Beatles fan. So I sort of have the Beatles in my DNA.
Thank you for participating, Jack. I'm glad you did. And then now I want to talk about Grasshopper from Grasshopper TV. I want to give him a little extra time because he truly took responding to a tag to a new level. He literally made it an art form. I first came aware of Grasshopper when he did his response to Daryl from the Northern Vinyl Guys Canadian Stereotype thread.
Hey people, I'm Grasshopper. This is Toronto right now. Today I'm doing the Canadian Stereotypes Vinyl Tag, created by the Northern Vinyl Guy.
So you can see why I was interested in Grasshopper right away. I responded on his video, and then he told me that he was working on a response for the Beatles tag, and I was so excited to see what he was going to do with this, and he did not disappoint. This is such a spectacular video and such a spectacular response. I'm going to give him a little more time because there's just so much to see here. It's still probably a minute or so long. I did a little montage. He did this thing where after each question, he had people pour more paint on him. And so he was becoming more and more covered with paint until the end he was just drenched with paint. But not only did he have a great production, he has a fantastic Beatles collection. He showed 2 or 3 things that I have never seen before. And he just has some interesting stories. Check out the channel, subscribe to the channel, and take a listen to his story about finding a magical mystery tour. There's a little twist in it that is so spectacular to me. Anyway, let's take a look at Grasshopper from Grasshopper TV's performance art.
Hey people, welcome to Grasshopper TV. I'm Grasshopper. So this is my Beatles tag for 2026, created by Mark Morris. So I'm gonna get right into this. Oof. Okay, next question. I think that's good, right? Okay, next question. And I was like, whoa. So I was playing with Star Wars guys, playing these on my Fisher Price. This is the actual single that my mom had from her collection of 7-inches. So that's my kind of sentimental. Cool?
So thank you so much, Grasshopper. That was just truly a fun video, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the participants, and I want to thank you all again, particularly to the 5 new respondents. I probably won't do another video like this unless we get several more. I assume that the thread is, or the tag is kind of run its course. But if anybody wants to do it, I did link to the original tag below. And I also linked to everybody in this video's page, our channel. And I also linked to the part 1 of the participation appreciation video. So you can go back and review all that if you should wish to. But thanks again for watching. I appreciate all the support and the enthusiasm, and I'll talk to you all again soon.
I am not a Beatles channel solely.